Hey friends, welcome to the Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Sally Allen. And today we are going to talk about your thoughts. Are you letting your thoughts manage you, or are you managing your thoughts? What we think is so important. And one of the reasons why is because thoughts take up headspace. And when we're working only at half of the capacity that we could, we're not as creative as we could be. And we don't give our jobs and whatever it is you're doing 100%. I usually pick up my water bottle and do this, but I don't have my water bottle with me today. But if this is your headspace, and if you have negative thoughts running through your headspace, it's taking up more than half of your headspace. So if you think about this, how much headspace do you have to work? Just a little bit, because you're emotionally hijacked by the rest of the negative thoughts that's going through your head. Honestly, that just happened to me today. I went to the nail salon to get my nails done. And every time I go, they raise the prices. And today, it was so ridiculous. They actually charged me to file my nails down an extra cost. And I couldn't believe it. And I asked them, I said, why is, why is it so high this time? Why am I paying so much? And they showed me, they said, oh, that it's because we charge you for filing your nails down. And I couldn't believe it. Then they accused me of not wanting to pay. That's not who I am. I've been going there for years. And so I was emotionally hijacked. I got home. I know I needed to record today, and I could barely think. So I had to sit with my thoughts. In fact, I sat with my husband and I processed through it. And he said, look, you're not losing your mind. They're charging you $30 more. And part of that is because they file down your nails. That should be in the manicure package. So anyway, I calmed down. I drank some water. I processed it through because I couldn't sit and do this episode today until I processed it through. So I did some research that I just want to read to you, because it is so important to understand how many thoughts are running through our minds. So how many thoughts are running through every day? About 6,200 according to researchers. 80 to 95% of those thoughts are repetitive. 70 to 80% are, negative, thanks to the brain's negativity bias. That leaves 20 to 30% of these thoughts that are neutral or positive. What does that tell you? They're not exact numbers. But what we can see is that a big part of what's going through our mind is repetitive, or it's just looping in our minds. And a big part of it is negativity, because the brain tends to go negative first before it goes positive. And we'll talk about all that in an episode. But today, what we're discussing is you have to pay attention to what your thoughts are, because your thoughts can become toxic, and you are letting toxicity live rent-free inside your head. So it's important to sit down and dissect those thoughts. You have to think about, where are these thoughts coming from? How do they serve me? You see, the issue is that when we don't process through our thoughts, our brain is trying to keep us safe, and it's trying to make sense of those thoughts. Here, our brain was not made to make us smart or intelligent. Its main focus is survival and keeping us safe. So what does it do when that thought is spinning in your head? It wants to make sense of it. And the first thing it will go is take it to negative. This person is out to get me. I cannot believe this is happening. I cannot. It goes negative really fast. And it says, Sally, back off. Don't go do that thing. It's too hard. Stay in your lane. Stay in your zone. That's what it does. So what you have to do, the first thing you do is you sit down and you dissect that thought and you process through it. And you ask, is this true, what I'm thinking right now? Is there proof that it's true? Okay, it's not true. It's a story I just made up. All right. then you tell your brain what you want it to think. Because here is the reality: your brain does not know the difference between fiction and reality. So you tell it what you want it to think. And you get to tell it, we're not thinking about this anymore because I just processed through it and because I'm overreacting this time. Maybe next time, who knows where it will go. But for now, I'm not thinking about this. And that's what I had to do today. I know that I was right when I left that salon. And I had to put that to rest and tell my brain, we're done with it. We're not going back there. You don't get to take me back there. So listen, this is important when you're in the workplace. When somebody gives you a glance in the meeting and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Why did he look at me like that? Or I smiled at that person and they didn't smile at me. What does your brain do? What does your brain does? It makes up a story. But you get to stop and say, hang on a minute. You don't make up that story. I make up that story. Perhaps he's not even looking at me. He's looking straight through me because he's thinking about something else. Or perhaps she didn't say good morning because she didn't hear me. She was preoccupied. Right? She just took her kids to school. She's running to work. Maybe she didn't fill up the car with gas. We don't know what's happening. So next time you get emotionally hijacked or you're replaying and looping something in your head, I want you to stop. I want you to sit down. I want you to talk about it out loud, dissect it, and then give it a story worth remembering. Give it a story like this. We're not going there today. Perhaps that person gave me that look or didn't say good morning because they were having a bad day. Maybe I need to text them and say, hey, I hope that you have the best day ever, and send a smiley emoji. So, hey, if this episode captured your attention or you really enjoyed it, I hope you share it with a friend. And as I always like to say, if you change your mindset, you can change your life. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next episode.